Hey guys, so so before I start my game, I'm gonna do I'm gonna just go to the bathroom first because I just feel like I gotta go to the bathroom. So I'll be back. Then I'll start the game. Okay, here we go. Alright, I'm back. You missed Orlando Magic fan. Hey, Christian. Oh, that's cool. Alright, so I'm gonna do part 2 of the game called Doki Literature Club. Alright, I'm gonna get my Steam up. I have to go on Steam. Nope. Nope. No one cares about that. Alright. Get the game up. Alright. 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 Sayori. What happened earlier? What do you mean? You know, between Yuri and Natsuki? Does that kind of thing happen often? No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they make good friends with you. You know, Daniel, it's nice that I get to spend time with you on the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too. That every day is going to be so much fun. Sigh. Looks like Sayori hasn't caught onto the kind of situation I'm in. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but does it really need to stop there? Well, just have to see what the future holds, Sayori. I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her. But it's easy to use Sayori as an eternal lulling you sometimes. Okay. Yeah. Let's do this. Alright. I think. Smile. Party. Excitement. Bed. Sparkle. Desire. Swimsuit. Clouds. Peaceful. Silly. Fluffy. Destiny. Family. Lipstick. Lollipop. Socks. Email. Fireflies. And funny. Another day passes, and it's time for the club meeting already. I've gotten a little more comfortable here over the past couple days. Entering the club room, the usual scene greets me. Hi, Daniel. Yo, Sayori. Looks like you're in a good mood today. I'm just still not used to you being in the club, that's all. I see. That's a pretty simple thing to get you in a good mood. But I guess it's always the simple things with you anyway. Speaking of which, I'm kinda hungry. Will you come with me and to buy a snack? No thanks. That's not like you at all. I have my reasons. Why don't we take a look at your purse, Sayori? Why that all of a sudden? No reason, really. I just wanted to look at it. Sayori nervously retrieves her coin purse. She fumbles with the latch and gets it open. Then she turns it upside down and lets its contents spill onto the desk. Only 2 small coins fall out. Aha! I knew it. I can see right through you, Sayori. That's not fair. How did you even know? It's simple. If you had enough money in the first place, you would have brought a snack before coming in the club room. So either you're not hungry and wanted an excuse to take a walk, or you plan to conveniently forget that you spent all your money so that I would lend you some. But there's one more thing. You're always hungry. And so that only leaves the one option. Wah! I give up. Don't make me feel guilty. If you feel guilty, that means you deserve to feel guilty. Yuri suddenly giggles. I didn't notice that she was listening. Her face is in her book, as always. I wasn't listening or anything. It was just something in my book. Yuri, tell Daniel to let me borrow some money. Don't get me involved like that, Sayori. Besides, you should only buy what you can responsibly afford. Frankly, after pulling a mischievous little stunt like that, your suffering is fair enough retribution. I didn't mean that. I got too absorbed into my book. I really like when you speak your mind, Yuri. It doesn't happen much, but it's a fun side of you. There's no way you could think that. You were right, though. I did something bad, and now I have to accept the revolution. Revolution that still coming from you, Sayori. I guess there's a little devil inside all of us, isn't there? because don't let her fool you. Sayori knows exactly what she's doing. After all, she told you guys she was bringing me to the club before she even told me. But you wouldn't have to come if it weren't for the cupcakes. So I had to trick Natsuki into making them. Come on, give me more credit than that, Sayori. Huh! Yeah! Out of nowhere, something smacks Sayori in the face and tumbles onto the desk. Ow! What was... a cookie? Sure enough, it's a giant cookie wrapped in plastic. Sayori glances around. Is this a miracle? It's because I paid my residuation or retribution. Actually, that one almost worked. Aha! I was just gonna give it to you. But then I heard you blab about the cupcakes. It was totally worth seeing your reaction, though. Aha! Natsuki? That's so nice of you. I'm so happy. Sayori hugs a cookie. Geez, just eat it. Sayori rapidly tears open the wrapper and takes a big bite. So good. Sayori suddenly clasps her hands over her mouth. I bit my tongue. I'm going through a lot over just one cookie. Natsuki takes a bite of her own cookie. Yours looks really good too, Natsuki. Can I try it? Geez, beggars can't be choosers. But yours is chocolate. Yeah, why did you think I gave you that one? Fine. Still, I'm really happy that you shared this one with me. Sayori gets out of her seat and goes behind Natsuki and wraps her arms around her. Jeez. I get it. Cookie's still in hand. Natsuki reaches up to nudge Sayori off of her. Sayori suddenly leans down and takes a bite out of Natsuki's cookie. Hey, did you seriously just do that? Mouthful, Sayori trots away to safety. Yuri and I laugh as well. Geez, you're such a kid sometimes. Monica, can you tell Sayori? Natsuki glances around. Monica isn't in the club room. Where is Monica anyway? Good question. Have any of you heard anything about her being late today? Not me. Yeah, I haven't either. That's a bit unusual. I hope she's okay. Of course she's okay. She probably just had something to do today. She's pretty popular after all. Yeah. You don't think she has a... I wouldn't be surprised. She's probably more miserable than all of us combined. That's true. Excuse me? Suddenly the door swings open. Sorry, I'm super sorry. There you are. I didn't mean to be late. I hope you guys weren't worried or anything. Monica chose a club over her boyfriend after all. You're so strong-willed. Your boyfriend? What on earth are you talking about? Monica quizzly glanced at me. Never mind that. What held you up anyway? Well, my last period today was study hall. To be honest, I kind of just lost track of time. That makes no sense, though. You would have heard the bell ring at least. I must not have heard it since I was participating in piano. Piano? I wasn't aware you played music as well, Monica. I don't really. I kind of just started recently. I've always wanted to learn piano. That's so cool. You should play something for us, Monica. That's Monica looks at me. Maybe once I get a little bit better, I will. Yay! That sounds cool. I also look forward to it. Is that so? In that case, I won't let you down, Daniel. Monica smiles sweetly. I didn't need any pressure or anything like that. Don't worry. I've been practicing a whole lot recently, and I'd really love the chance to share once I'm ready. I see. In that case, best of luck. Thanks. So I didn't miss anything, did I? No, not really. I choose to leave out Sayori's mischievous escapade. I'm sure Natsuki will end up bringing to her anyway. It looks like everyone has already settled down. Sayori somehow already finished her entire cookie. Yuri is back to her book, and Natsuki disappeared into the closet. Alright, let's check the live chat. Ooh, hey Jack. That's cool. Hey Mohammed. Alright. Hug. I hear Natsuki utter and this created strife from within the closet. She seems to be annoyed by something. I approach her in case she needs a hand. You're looking for something in there. She never puts my stuff back in the right spot. What's the point in keeping your collection organized if someone else is just gonna mess it up? Natsuki slides a bunch of stacked books in boxes across the shelf. Manga. You read manga, right? Sometimes. Manga's one of those things where you can't admit you're really into it until you figure out where the other person stands. How did you know anyway? I heard you bring it up at some point. Besides, it's kind of written on your face. What's that supposed to mean? I see. There's a lone volume of manga amidst a stack of various books on the side of one of the shelves. Curious, I pull it out of the stack. Here it is. Natsuki snatches it out of my hand. She then turns into a box of manga and slips the volume right into the middle of the rest. Much better. Seeing the box set with one book missing is probably the most irritating sight in the world. I know that feel. I get a closer look at the box set she's admiring. Barfoot Girls is a series I'd never heard of in my life. That probably means it's either way out of my demographic or it's simply terrible. Oh my goodness. Too much talking. If you're gonna judge, you can go do it though through the glass on that door. She points to the classroom door. Hey, I wasn't judging anything. I didn't even say anything. It was the tone of your voice. But I tell you one thing, Daniel. Consider this a lesson straight from the literature club. Don't judge a book by its cover. In fact, Natsumi pulls out the first volume of Barfoot Girls from the box. I'm going to show you exactly why. She shoves the book right into my hands. I stare at the cover. I features 4 girls in colorful attires striking animated fun in poses. It's exceedingly mom. Don't just stand there. What? Katsumi grabs my arm and pulls me out of the closet. She then takes a seat against the wall beneath the window sills. She pats on the ground next to her, signaling me to sit there. Wouldn't chairs be more comfortable? I take my seat. Chairs wouldn't work. We can't read at the same time like that. But why is that? I guess it's easier to be close together like this. Don't just say that. You make me feel weird about it. Sumi busts her arms and scooches an inch away from me. Sorry. I didn't exactly expect to be sitting this close to her either. Not that I can say it's a particularly bad thing. I opened the book. It's only a few seconds before Natsuki once again inches closer, reclaiming the additional space while she hopes I won't notice. I can feel her pain over my shoulder. Much more injured to begin reading than I am. Wow, how long has it been since I read the beginning? Go back and flip through the older volumes every now and then. Not really. Maybe sometimes after I've already finished this series. Hey, aren't you paying attention? I am, but nothing really happened yet, so I can talk at the same time. It looks like it's about a bunch of friends in high school. Typical slice of life affair. I grew out of these since it's rare for the writing to be entertaining enough to make up for the lack of plot. So, what should I expect from this? Is there going to be plot? Well, obviously, you think I wouldn't enjoy something that didn't even have a plot? Well, I guess I know what you're saying. Hold on. God, I need to put my hoodie on. Alright. Alright. Well, I guess I know what you're saying. A lot of the reading is about simple things. Like, there's a really funny chapter where they obsessed with a guy at the ice cream shop. That just helps you get to know characters, and besides, it's still entertaining. But later on, there's all kinds of drama, like when they get into all their backstories, and when some of the romance starts to happen. That's really what makes it so good. There are so many touching parts. Is that so? It sounds like you really know what you're talking about. Maybe I underestimated you. Hey, wait. What's that supposed to mean? What? Suki gives me a little shove. I just meant that I haven't yet seen you at your full power. Good save. This chapter seems like it's about baking. This is just... This is just a guess, but there's a lot of baking in this manga. Well, Atsuki pauses for a moment, as if she doesn't want to admit something. Yeah, why does that mean? I was just curious. Since you enjoy baking too, right? That's just a compliment. I just happened to get into baking around the same time I got this manga. Like I would ever get into anything because it's in a manga. I feel bad for anyone that's impressionable. Aha! Definitely not a confidence. I guess that explains Natsuki's interest in baking. Still, of all the hobbies to pick up from a manga, that's definitely one of the better ones. Not to mention, she's really good at it, so who am I to judge? We read on for a few more minutes. I finished a couple of chapters at this point. Are you sure this isn't boring for you? It's not. Even though you're just watching me read, well, I'm fine with that. If you say so, I guess it's fun sharing something with you like with someone else. I always get excited when I convince any of my friends to pick up a series I enjoy. You know what I mean? You don't, that's not, well, I wouldn't really know. What do you mean? Don't you share your manga with your friends? Could you not rub it in? Jeez. Sorry. Like I could ever get my friends to read this. They just think manga's for kids. I can't even bring up without them being all like, you still haven't grown out of that yet. Makes me want to punch them in the face. Ugh, hurry up. I know those kinds of people. Honestly, it takes a lot of effort to find friends who don't judge. How much less friends that who are also into it. I'm already kind of a loser, so I guess I gravitated toward the other losers over time. But it's probably harder for someone like you. Yeah, that's pretty accurate. Wait, which part? I mean, I feel like I can't even keep it in my own room. I don't even know what my dad would do if he found this. At least it's safe in here in the club room. Monica was kind of a jerk about it. I just can't win, can I? Well, it paid off in the end, didn't it? I mean, here I am, reading it. Well, it's not like that solves any of my problems, maybe, but at least you're enjoying yourself, right? So, geez, that's enough. Are you gonna keep reading or what? Yeah. I flip the page. Suddenly, Natsumi starts laughing. I totally forgot that happens. Natsumi puts her finger on one of the panels. Minori is my favorite character. I can always feel a little bad for her since she's so unlucky. But it's especially bad when I shouldn't be talking about that yet. Let's finish this chapter. Natsumi's voice sparkles with excitement. It's a stark contrast to her usual bossy tone. But if she's not used to sharing her favorite manga with her friends, I can't understand why. It's hard to express in words the feeling you get when interacting with someone like that. And being able to provide that to Natsuki. From one, it's a rare experience. That the thought makes me smile a little to myself. Okay, everyone. Are you all ready with today's poems? Oh, come on. Can your timing be any worse? Sorry. I just need to make sure we have enough time. So you do look pretty cozy over there. Yeah. Natsuki suddenly notices how close she's gotten to me. She hastily slides herself with a good 12 inches away from me. Alright, guess I'll stop here for now. I close the book and hand it towards Natsuki. You're just giving it back. Don't you want to know what that happens? Yeah, but Monica just said, don't be dumb. Just take it home with you. Is it really alright? I say that mostly because I really didn't plan on using my spare time to read this. Well, of course. It would take forever to finish if you didn't take it home. Just finish that one before tomorrow so we can start the next one. Yeah. Alright. Going talking to live chat. And if it gets bent, I'll kill you. Really? Oh my god. By tomorrow, I only got partway through the volume so far. I might fall behind on some shows if I try to get through this. But I suppose that's a necessary sacrifice in exchange for seeing Natsuki's infinite face. Or am I more scared of what will happen if I don't finish it? Alright then, I stand up. I return where I put my stuff and carefully slip the book into my bag. I'll do Monica first to show the poem. Hi, Daniel. How's the writing going? Alright, I guess. I'll take that. As long as it's not going bad. I'm happy that you're applying yourself. Maybe soon you'll come up with a masterpiece. I wouldn't count on that. You never know. I'll just share what you wrote for today. Sure, here you go. I give my poem to Monica. Alright. I like it, Daniel. Really? It's a lot cuter than I expected. Aha. Oh jeez. No. Kind of makes me think of something that Zuki would write. And she is a good writer too. So take that as a compliment. Aha. If you say so. Yep. Any chance you read anything by Shel Silverstein? Yeah, maybe a long time ago. He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. But sometimes there are only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that wouldn't apply to anybody. I see. So you're saying that Mitsuki is kind of like that? Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore. But anyway, want to read my poem now? I like the way this one turned out, so I hope you do too. Alright, let's take a look. Save me, the colors won't stop. Bright, beautiful colors, flashing, expanding, piercing, red, green, blue, an endless cacophony of meaningless noise. The noise won't stop. Violent, grinding waveforms, speaking, screeching, piercing, seeing, causing, attaching, like playing the chalkboard on a turntable, like playing on a vinyl or on a pizza crust, an endless poem of meaningless. Load me. It's even more abstract than your last one, huh? Aha. I guess it's just time. Because it's just the way I write. I'm sorry if you don't like it. No, I never said that. It's just the kind of thing I never really seen before, I guess. I kind of like playing with my space on the paper. Choosing where and how to space your words can totally change the mood of the poem. It's almost like magic. The way I wrote lines really short makes it feel like they're trying to speak over the noise. See, it's still hard for me to tell what it's about, though. Aha. Sometimes asking what a poem is about isn't the right question. A poem can be as abstract as a physical expression of a feeling, or conversation with the reader. So putting it that way, not every poem is about something. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes you'll find yourself facing a difficult decision. When that happens, don't forget to save your game. You never know when you might change your mind, or when something unexpected may happen. Wait, is this tip even about writing? What am I even talking about? Aha, that's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Maybe next I'll do Say Ori. Daniel, I really love your poems. I can't believe you've been hiding these from me. Yeah, I'm not hiding anything, but your poems are so good. Yesterday's and this one too. You can't tell me you haven't done this before. I mean, you're really the only one who feels that way, so no way. Not even Natsuki. Well, I guess Natsuki is the least likely to admit how much she likes something. But I don't think it's that. What do you mean? Well, I guess I'll be honest about it. It's a lot easier to write poems when I'm thinking about you. Eh, well, Stop thinking weird things, idiot. I just mean that you're a really expressive person, I guess. How am I supposed to write poems about my own darn life? But you somehow make everything in your life an adventure. Even little things, like cooking. Let's not talk about that. So yeah, I guess what I'm saying is that I can feel more feelings, don't you, than I can through myself. We have that kind of weird connection. Is it is your it's your fault for getting in my business all the time? Eh, I don't know. I don't know if I understand. Sigh. Never understand when I try to explain things to you. Do you, Sayori? I pat Sayori's head. Ah, hey. I'm not a kid, you know. Aren't you sure about that? Maybe. Sayori starts fiddling with her pencil between her hands. Hey, Daniel, will you give me your poem? I kinda want to keep it. Why? Because, well, it's the first time you've written something for me. Sayori, you're completely misunderstood. I didn't write this for you. Sigh. Aren't you even listening anymore? Well, whatever. I'll give it to you when we go home. Really? Snap. I broke my pencil. Sayori hastily bends down to pick up the piece she dropped. But being negative of her surroundings, she bumps right into me. Sorry. It's fine. I'll get it for you. I bend down and pick up the broken pencil. Sayori clutches the desk beside her to support herself, knees shaking. Am I a little clumsy today? Let's sit down, Sayori. Yeah. I grab Sayori's arm and help her sit at her desk. Too much talking. Anyway, I still haven't read your poem. Oh, sorry, I forgot about that. But it's not as good as yours. Geez, don't worry. I'm sure I'll like it. Bottles, I pop off my scalp like the lid of a cookie jar. It's a secret place where I keep all my dreams, little balls of sunshine, all rubbing together like a bundle of kittens. I reach inside with my thumb on forefinger and pluck one out. It's warm and tingly. But there's no time to waste. I put it in a bottle to keep it safe. I put the bottle on the shelf. All the other bottles, happy thoughts. The bottles all in a row. My collection makes me lots of friends. Each bottle of the starlight to make amends. Sometimes my friend feels a certain way. Down comes a bottle to save the day. Night after night, more dreams. Friend after friend, more bottles. Deeper and deeper my fingers go. Like explained in a dark cave, discovering the secrets hiding in the nooks and crannies, digging and digging, scraping and scraping. I blow dust off my bottle caps. It doesn't feel like time elapsed. My empty shelves should use some more. My friends look through my locked front door. Finally, all done, I open up and in come my friends, and they come in such a hurry. Do they want my bottles that much? I frankly pulled them from the shelf, one after the other, holding them out to each and every friend, each and every bottle. But every time I let one go, it shatters against the title between my feet. Happy thoughts, happy thoughts, happy thoughts in shards all over the floor. They were supposed to be for my friends, but friends who aren't smiling. They're all shouting, please, please, something. But all I hear is echo, 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 echo inside my head. Holy crap. Sayori, did you really write this? Of course I did. Didn't I tell you yesterday I was going to write the best poem ever? Yeah, but I didn't expect something like this coming from you. Monica taught me a whole lot. And I've been really in touch with my feelings recently. I see that. Yeah. It's almost kind of creepy. Creepy. Well, not exactly. Maybe because I'm so used to you being cheerful. Well, never mind. I'm thinking too hard about it. The point is, it came out good, so you should be proud of it. Ah, thanks. I feel like I was meant to express myself this way. It even helps me understand my own feelings a little bit better. Writing is like magic. You got pretty passionate about this, huh? I hope you keep it up. Yeah, writing is the best. I'm gonna keep writing until I die. Really? Don't get ahead of yourself. Sayori always had the habit of getting obsessed with something, or dropping it no more than a week later. I wonder if this one is one of those times, but seeing the passion in her eyes makes it hard for me to be aesthetic. Alright, maybe next I'll do Yuri. Aren't you still mad at me? Yeah, for disrespecting Natsuki yesterday because reading this poem? Now I know why you got mad at me, because you prefer her writing over mine. That's not really true. Meaning that when I disrespected her, I disrespected you too, didn't I? Oh no. Yuri, you might be reading into this a little too much. How could I be so dumb? I always let these things happen. Whenever I think before I speak, I just come off as awkward and unlikable. But if I speak without thinking, the things I want to keep inside come out and make people hate me. So please don't force yourself to be around me. I know this is what Monica wants, but it's not fair to you when you could be anything. Join your time with Natsuki or Sayori. Yuri, please. Makes it easier for me if you don't express any concern. Besides, I have my books with me. That's all I need. Yuri smiles sadly and puts her head down on her desk. I'm frustrated. I don't hate her as if she's not capable of listening to me over her own thoughts. I sign to myself, all I can do is accept that is that how she is. If she wants to be left alone, then I have no choice but to abide that request. Maybe I'll do it. The last one is Natsuki. Natsuki reads my poem. She keeps glancing at me, then back at the poem. But now she must have read it more than once. Isn't that bad? No, it's not. It's good. It's really good, okay. There, I said it. Well, this wasn't supposed to happen at all. Why can't you just be bad at this? My poems aren't supposed to impress you, not the other way around. You're trying to impress me. Obviously, you think I let you enjoy Yuri's writing more than mine. Give me a break. Well, in that case, where's the problem? with me trying to impress you. I'll tell you. Natsuki's face freezes, like she's just realized something. You trying to impress me? Natsuki mercilessly scans her eyes over my poem one more time. Then the poem slips out of her hands and flutters to the floor. I have to use the bathroom. Red-faced, Natsuki quickly walks out of the room. Hey, Daniel. Did you do something to Natsuki? I just saw her rush out like that. Didn't do anything terrible, did you? No. I just told her that. My voice gets caught in my throat. There's no way I could tell Monica that I'm trying to impress Natsuki. Monica sees the poem lying on the floor and swiftly picks it up. She skims over it a second time. Her smile is not fading from her face. I see. At first I just thought you'd like your writing style, but you wrote this for Natsuki, didn't you? I mean, not really. In fact, did she like your poem a lot the other day too? I'm surprised you know her taste so well already. Well, are you sure you're not cheating, Daniel? Cheating? What do you mean by that? Never mind, I'm just kidding. I didn't understand Monica's joke at all. Anyway, how do you think Natsuki feels about you? Oh, you don't need to answer that. It was just something for you to think about. Hey! Natsuki comes up and snatches the poem out of Monica's hands. Neither of us had noticed her re-enter the classroom. Didn't you read this, Monica? Of course, I liked it. Ugh, you should really stop reading things that aren't for you. You know, you have a bad habit of doing that. Yeah, but Daniel wrote this poem, and we're supposed to share it with everyone, right? Natsuki freezes. She apparently forgot that my poem is technically for everyone to read. Okay, well, I think Daniel is done sharing this poem with everyone. That's right. It's not like anyone would want to read this anyway. In fact, I'm just going to hold on to this. If you insist. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Like what? Never mind. Well, I guess Natsuki has my poem now. Not that I really planned on keeping it. Anyway, read my poem now. No, I won't let you keep it. This is my only copy. Alright, Amy likes spiders. You know what I heard about Amy? Amy likes spiders. Icky, wriggly, hairy, ugly spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a cute singing voice. I heard her singing from my favorite love song. Every time she sang the chores, my heart would pound to the rhythm of the words. But she likes spiders. That's why I'm not friends with her. One time I hurt mine really bad. My leg hurt really bad. Amy helped me up and took me to the nurse. I tried not to let her touch me. She likes spiders, so her hands are probably gross. That's why I'm not friends with her. Amy has a lot of friends. I always see her talking to people. She probably walks about spiders. What if her friends start to like spiders too? That's why I'm not friends with her. It doesn't matter if she has other hobbies. It doesn't matter if she keeps it private. It doesn't matter if it doesn't hurt anyone. It's gross, she's gross. The world is better off without spider lovers. I'm gonna tell everyone. Not bad, right? It's quite a bit longer than yesterday's. Yesterday's was way too short. I was just warming up. I hope you didn't think that was the best I could do. No, of course not. Anyway, the message is pretty straightforward in this poem. I doubt I'd have to explain it. Sometimes you can explain complicated issues with much simpler apologies, and it helps people realize how dumb they're being. Like anyone would agree that the subject of this poem is an ignorant jerk. People like that, of course, it's about how everyone thinks right. That doesn't matter, it can be about anything. Alright, check the live chat. Alright. I wrote it to be easy to relate to. Everyone has some kind of hope. Something that I just skipped it, darn it. Something that you're afraid that if people find out that make fun of you and think less of you, and it just makes people dumb. Who cares what someone likes as long as they're not hurting anyone and it makes them happy? I think people really need to learn to respect others for liking weird things. Well, you're definitely right. At least I can relate to that. And I'm sure a lot of other people can too. It's what I do best after all. I don't like writing unless there's a good message to take away from it. Like combined emotions and support. And I want to make people think, not just feel. Remember that? I'm not going to write a good one for tomorrow's too, so look forward to it. Okay, everyone. We're all done reading each other's poems, right? I have something extra planned today. So if everyone could come sit at the front of the room. Is it about the festival? Well, sort of. Do we really have to do something for the festival? It's not like we can put together anything good in just a few days. We'll just end up embarrassing ourselves instead of getting any new members. That's a concern of mine as well. I don't really do well with last-minute preparations. Don't worry so much. We're going to keep it simple, okay? You don't need much more than a few decorations. Sayori has been working on posters, and I've designed some pamphlets we can give out during the event. Okay, that's great and all, but that doesn't tell us that what we're actually going to be doing for the event. Sorry, I thought you heard about it already. We're going to be performing with Monica. Yeah, we're going to be having a poetry performance. Each of us are going to choose a poem to recite during the event. But the cool part is we're also going to let anyone else come up and recite poems too. Sayori's putting on all the posters in case anyone wants to prepare ahead of time. Sayori, who's been coloring the poster, holds it up for us to see. Are you kidding me, Monica? You didn't already start putting those posters up, didn't you? Well, I did. Do you really think it's bad? It's that bad of an idea? No, it's not a bad idea. But I didn't sign up for this, There's no way I'm going to be performing in the front of a group of people like that. I agreed with Natsuki. I could never in my life do something like that. Imagine it. Yuri shakes her head in fear. Guys, no, Sayori. I understand where they're coming from. Remember that Natsuki and Yuri have never shared their poems with anyone until just a couple days ago. It's a lot to ask them to recite their poems out loud to a whole room full of people. I guess I kind of overlooked that, so I'm sorry. But I still think we should give it our best. We're the only ones responsible for the fate of this club. If we start the event and each put on a good performance, then I will inspire others to do the same. And the more people who perform, the better it will you'll be able to show everyone that what literature is all about. Yeah, it's about expressing your feelings, being imitate with yourself, finding new horizons, and having fun. That's right. And it's those reasons that we're all in this club today. You want to share that with others? To inspire them to find the same feelings that I thought you hear in the first place. I know what you do. I know what we all do. And if all of it takes standing in front of the room for 2 minutes and recreating a poem, then I know you can do it. As Yuri remains silent, Sayori looks worried. I guess that leaves me no choice. I agree. I don't think it's too much to ask. I think that Sayori and Monica have been trying to really hard to get new members. The least we can do is help them out a little bit. Well, maybe, but it looks like Natsuki doesn't have any arguments left. Okay, fine. I'll just have to get over. I guess I'll just have to get it over with. All right, you. Thanks, Natsuki. What about you, Yuri? Yuri then gently glances around at everyone else's expectant faces. Sigh. I guess I don't really have a choice. That's everyone. You're the best, Yuri. This club is seriously going to be the death of me. Oh gosh. You'll be fine, Yuri. But anyway, let's move on to the main event. I want each of you to choose a poem of yours. We're going to practice reading them in front of each other. No way. Monica, this is too sudden. Well, if you can't recite your poem in front of the club, how do you expect to do it in front of strangers? Oh no, don't worry. I'll start off to help everyone feel a little more comfortable. Can I go next? Of course. Now let's see. Monica flips through her notebook and to the specific poem she has in mind for herself. She then stands behind the podium. The title of this poem is The Way They Fly. Ahem. Monica begins rewriting her poem. Her clear, confident voice fills the room. More than that, her inflection is pristine. She knows exactly how to apply emotion behind each line she writes, bringing the words to life. Is this something she's done before, or is she simply a natural? I glance around me. Everyone has their eyes on Monica. Sayori looks amazed. Yuri has an intense expression on her face that I don't understand. Finally, Monica finishes the recitation. The four of us applaud. Monica takes a breath and smiles. That was good, so good, Monica. Thank you very much. I was just hoping to set a good example. Are you ready to go next, Sayori? I'll go next. You are. Yuri is fired up all of a sudden. Yuri clutches a sheet of paper between her hands and stands up. Keeping her head down, she walks quickly over to the podium. This poem is called Yuri excitedly glances at each of us. You can do it, Yuri. It's called After Midge of a Crimson Eye. Yuri's voice shakes as she starts reading the poem. Just a moment ago, she persistently refused to do this. Why is she suddenly putting in so much effort in it? As Yuri gets past the first couple of lines, her voice changes. It's almost like what happens when Yuri gets absorbed into her books. Her quavering words transform into the sharp syllables of a fierce and confident woman. The poem is full of twists and turns in its structure that she emulates with perfect timing. This must be a rare glimpse into the whirling fire Yuri keeps concealed inside of her head. Suddenly she's finished. Everyone is stunned. Yuri snaps back into reality and glances around her as if she bewildered even herself. It's up to me to save this situation. I'm the first to start applauding. Everyone joins me afterward and we give Yuri the recognition she deserves. It's not that we didn't want to applaud for her, but we were caught so off guard that we must have forgotten. As we applaud, Yuri holds the poem to her chest and rushes back into her seat. Yuri, that was pretty good. Thank you for sharing. Looks like Yuri is down for the count. Okay, I guess I'm next then. Sayori hops out of her chair and cheerfully walks out of the podium. This one is called My Medal. Aha. Sorry I giggled. Sayori, it's a lot harder than I thought. How did you guys do it so easily? Try not to think of it like you're reacting to other people. Imagine you're receiving it to yourself like in front of a miner or in your own head. It's your poem, so they'll come out the best that way. I see. Okay then. Sayori begins her poem. Somehow it feels like her soft voice is made as a perfect match. But this poem isn't aimlessly, cheerfully like Sayori is. It's serene and bittersweet. If I were to read this on paper, I probably wouldn't think much of it. But hearing it come from Sayori's voice almost gives it a whole new meaning. Maybe this is what Sayori meant when she said she likes my poems. It's like I get to reach more deeply into someone I thought I knew through and through. Sayori finishes and we applaud. I did it. Good job, Sayori. Even Daniel liked it. I guess that's a good sign. What does that even mean? It came out nicely, Sayori. The atmosphere of the poem fits you really nicely. But it might be that other poems wouldn't work quite as well with that kind of delivery. I don't really understand. In other words, I've seen poems of yours where that sort of gentle delivery wouldn't work as well. They might need a little more force behind them depending on what you're reading. Oh, I know what you mean. That's what I've been practicing, that kind of thing. It's just embarrassing to do in front of everyone. The next time, I'm going to make you pick a poem that challenges you a little more. We don't have much time before the festival, you know. Okay, now who's next? Atsuki? Don't make me go before, Daniel. It's not like I can compare to you guys anyway. Might as well let Daniel lower everyone's standards a little before I have to do it. Atsuki, it's fine. I might as well get it over with. But it's not. I have much of a selection of what it's to read. I'll just have to go with what I wrote for today. I stand up and step in front of the podium. Everyone has their eyes on me, making me feel terribly awkward. I write my poem. Since I'm not exactly confident in my own writing, it's hard to put energy into it. Despite that, once I finish, I receive applause anyway. Sorry I'm not really good as everyone else. Don't worry about it so much. I think it's less about your abilities and more about your lack of confidence in your writing. That's something that I'll improve over time, though. Yeah, maybe. Alright then. That leaves you, Natsuki. Yeah. I'm going. Natsuki redundantly gets out of her seat and makes her way to the podium. The poem is called, it's called, Why Are You All Looking at Me? Because You're Presenting. Anyway, the poem is called Jump. Natsuki takes a breath. Once she starts reciting the poem, her sour attitude disappears a little. While she's a little confused, her poem has a rhythm of a rhyme to it. It's Natsuki's trademark style, and it works surprisingly well when spoken aloud. The words feel like they bounce up and down, as if giving life to the poem. Natsuki finishes, and everyone applauds. She ups back to her seat. That wasn't so bad, was it? Easy for you to say. You'd better not make me do that again. Well, you at least feel prepared enough to recite a poem in front of other people. I mean, doing it in front of other people will be way easier. I can put on whatever face I want for other people. But when it's just for my friends, it's just embarrassing. That's a surprise, Mitsuki. I think it would be the other way around for me. Well, that's just how it is, so... Well, I guess in that case, you won't have much to worry about for the festival. That said, I want to thank everyone for coming, It might be hard, but I hope that you all have an idea of what it's like now. Be sure you pick up a poem and get enough practice before the festival, okay? I'll be making pamphlets, so let me know ahead of time what you'll be seeing. Jeez, I should probably find some other poem to recite instead. That's fine too. It doesn't have to be your own. I'm already recently surprised that you're putting in all of this effort for the club. It makes me really happy. Yeah, no problem. Okay, everyone. I think that's about it for today. I know the festival is coming up, but let's try to write poems for tomorrow as well. It's been working out really nicely so far, so I'd like to continue that. As for the festival, we'll finish planning tomorrow and then we'll have the weekend to prepare. Monday's a big day. I can't wait. I can't do this. I can do this. Alright. I stand up. There's no way I'm able to find the same enthusiasm as Sayori and Monica, but I'll do my best to get through it. If it's for the sake of the club and impressing Monica, then I'll have to do my best. I need to go, Sayori? Yep. Look at you two always going home together like that. It's kind of adorable, isn't it? Geez, guys. We'll make such a big deal out of it. It must be a little nice, though. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? It's okay, Daniel. You don't have to say it. Whatever, let's go already. Well, guys, so... Right, so I think I'm gonna hey AJ Brown J2K4, but so I'm gonna end part 2 for today. And part 3 will come someday. I'll announce it. So anyways, this is me, over and out. Goodbye, everyone.